Starting today, visitors to Rome's famed Colosseum can walk in the footsteps of ancient gladiators. After a massive restoration, the area below the main stage is opening to the public. In ancient times, it held workers, fighters, and exotic animals. And our Chris Livesay joins us from deep down in the Colosseum with how visitors can step back into history. Chris, lucky assignment. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Tony. Yes, from the deepest depths of the Colosseum. Now, just imagine it. Above me, 75,000 ancient Romans screaming for blood. But not a single one of those spectators ever got to see the Colosseum from down here.
As a theater in the round, the Colosseum had no backstage. Instead, as Russell Crowe's character in Gladiator found out the hard way, it had an understage, teeming with surprises.
You can imagine, how astonishing it could be for public and also for the animal.
Like a Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
And now, the Colosseum is allowing visitors inside the deepest depths of this layer known as the Hypogeum. And it's been a while. It hasn't raised the curtain since the year 523, says technical director Barbara Nazaro.
More or less 1,800 people could work here in the backstage. So just imagine to keep alive a hippo.
There were hippos here?
Yes, of course. And they just
you can still see the small arches that hoisted the greatest special effects the world had ever seen.
It was a very, very beautiful show.
But a very bloody show, too, no?
Everything was bloody.
And not just for gladiators. Even convicts were forced to perform classical theater, then eaten alive by wild animals when the scene called for it.
This is a marvelous work of architecture, but it's also the monument of our civilization, how we are changed.
Now accessible like never before, thanks to the latest phase of a $30 million restoration, paid for by Diego Della Valle, the owner of Italian luxury shoe company, Tod's.
Now, this is beautiful. What is this?
It was our first factory, my grandfather's factory.
So from this to all this to the Colosseum.
This is Italy. It's not only when you see bags or when you see a pair of expensive shoes. It's an attitude for the Italian people.
Such a colossal restoration, he says, shows Italians today can still accomplish great things.
Now, some great news for travelers. This week, Italy announced it's lifting the ban on Americans so long as they've been vaccinated, tested negative, or can prove they've had COVID. Check one of those boxes and you too can see the Colosseum like a gladiator. Jerika?
Chris Livesay in Rome. Thank you.
Can't wait to go. I've been. It's amazing. You don't want to go like a gladiator.
Yeah.
No. They didn't end well for the gladiators.
We'll be right back.